All right, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, you can see the NASDAQ is clearly had a nice pump this morning and then ultimately dropped near 5 a.m. on into market open. And we came back down to our level around 21,327. You can see the SPY here on the day really wasn't overall red, ended up still green, but still in the after hours, a little bit of red happening there. Now, this all came based off of one simple piece of news. Again, federal appeal court temporarily reinstates most of Trump's sweeping tariffs. If you remember, the Supreme Court kind of blocked it. So they're kind of coming back into that as well. So worth mentioning that tariffs still run the world. Now, going into the rest of the market, what really was moving us yesterday into today? It's also important to look at that for what it is. You look at something like Nvidia, which still overall held up despite being back below 141, 140-ish. You broke down and really didn't even fill the gap. Kind of astonishing. You go to AVGO, still holding up, still looks really solid here on the day. TSM looks solid, just sitting sideways, right? SMH, really not seeing that much selling. XLK, pushed up, dipped back down, but still overall holding up. So again, before we jump to this conclusion that the S&P 500, the market is indeed bearish, it's important that we take a step back and we actually look at what's happening because, again, the story is just this. You're back at levels that you haven't seen since when? Since yesterday. Now, again, when we go back into the NASDAQ, I want to paint a very clear picture as well, is that you're right back within that range that we kind of have been talking about. Now, obviously, when you broke above this, you hit our 1 or 2 levels that were clear as day there, but it's also important to realize that, again, you're just following the game plan time and time again. And if you really look at what's happening here, again, we can see it from the market rundown this morning, 746. What are we safe? So under VWAP, we're looking for a slow grind to 21.53 and then back into 21.327 right there. We're called out pre-market, as you can see there. Where do you hit? 21.327, bada bing, bada boom, right? Exactly to the level. So it's not like you're getting shocking, jarring movement. This is why I always say have the levels to the upside, have levels to the downside, so you have a clear-cut plan with whatever you're trying to do. Now, if you start breaking back below 21.327, you could drop down to 21,100 in a hurry. So again, head on a swivel, what I'm watching, what I'm looking for. Been really busy, but overall the levels have just been kind of awesome here to say the least. The same thing goes for ES, as you see here, below 59.41, looking for 59.26, 59.07. You go into ES, and again, it's the same thing, same overall levels, right? 59.26, 59.07, back down to 200 SMA, bouncing off that once again. All the levels that we had marked out, literally following it to the T. Now, the question is this. Is the market just reacting to this, or are you going to get continuation? Because, again, you're back in the range we talked about beginning of this week. Nothing has really changed, okay? That is the biggest thing there right now. And that's what we have to talk about, is where the market is, where the strength is, where the weakness is, and where we overall see this going. Now, before I get crazy, before I go over too much stuff, guys, if you're interested in seeing how we trade every single day, our key levels, our trades along those lines. Now, it's important to know, too, I run this Discord, but Jordan is my right-hand man. He runs everything with me. He's an extension of myself. So like this week, I've been just swamped with family. I mean, really the past 2 weeks, I've had so much stuff going on in my personal life. But again, Jordan is always right there with me going over the Nvidia trade, which was the only really big trade that we had here on the day. Important to be looking at that as well, which he posted for all the members as well, which lined up as well with the key levels that we mentioned on futures. So you had futures, and then you also had what was happening with their best overall stocks. I'm going to tell you this right now, though. If you're looking to join Discord, this is not a place you're going to get 30 trades a day. It's where we only post setups that we like, that we're looking to trade. Now, if you want to be a good, profitable trader, you don't need to take 30 trades a day. You need to be profitable. You need to be profitable each month. Good returns overall. That's what we're looking to do. That's the name of the game. So you can see the profits of some of the traders here as well. It's all there for you. So make sure if you're interested to tap in, the link is down below. And again, it is there for you. So going into the remainder of this week, let's talk about it. So going into tomorrow, you have PCE data, which is the largest metric for inflation, the most important inflation metric out there. Important to understand that in the Fed, that's the Fed's words, not Tyler's words. So important to be thinking about that, keeping that on the front of your mind. That will come out 7:30 a.m. Central, an hour before market open, 8:30 Eastern. Going into NQ, and I always say this, guys, like, you don't need to predict what's going to happen. All you got to do is sit back, wait, and relax, and just watch what happens. React to what happens. So again, below 21,327, we do lean more bearish on the NASDAQ down into 21,160, 21,100, 21,000. Boom, boom, boom. Going into ES, you're at your major level basically right now. You're a little bit above it, holding up, but you get below the 200 SMA, obviously you're bearish. You're looking for downside, you're looking for weakness. Now, so far, buyers have been holding you above that here on the week. Important to understand that, right? Since we broke back above it, you're looking pretty solid. So I'm watching that very closely. As long as you're above this, I'm looking for upside into our levels as well. You go into something like SPY, again, you're just chilling here. You hit our level once again, 590.7. You can see coming right into it, rejecting, kind of sitting below it right now. QQQ, Again, you go into this, you can see we're just sitting right below our level as well, 521.85. The levels are clear. The levels are right there for you. So again, there's nothing to really overcomplicate. You've been just tracking it pretty much perfectly. Now, it gets more interesting as we get into more equities. We get into more stocks we like to see, stocks we want to see move, and that's where the money's been made. Like something like Nvidia, right? Nvidia has earnings, and I think earnings were pretty good to say the least, right? Kind of break out of that bull flag, you shoot up, hit 140.7, 140.9. Again, you go to the daily chart. Again, that's at 2024 high right there, and you're trying to hold above it. You ended up getting back below it. The daily candle wasn't that great, but that's where you are right now. Now, if you see any sell side, again, obvious, I mean, clear as day, easiest trade in the world. Gap filled back down to 137.2. That's what you're looking for. Easy trade to the downside. For the upside, you want to see above 141, 140.8 to get back to the push and get more overall continuation and momentum and confirmation there as well. Now, I go a little bit deeper, like I mentioned, something like AVGO. And again, I look at semiconductors, and I think they're just incredible. I think they're very, very, very strong. Again, something that I mentioned that if NVIDIA has good earnings, the name I'd be watching is actually AVGO. And AVGO is literally $10 away from its all-time high. At highs of the day, it was only $5 away. Something to think about. One of the strongest, if not the strongest name in the overall market right now, besides maybe like Netflix. I don't know who else I would say. TSM also really interesting. Back into your $200 level, we talked a lot about this as well. 200 to 202, big resistance there as well. One of the big names I mentioned, kind of a runner-up on the names, was Marvel, MRVL. And again, they're doing really, really good. Back into like $68 on highs. I think this has room into the gap fill into 83 overall, 82.9. Gap fill and your 200 SMA. Be watching that. One of my favorite names out there. Absolute monster of a name to be watching right now. As far as strong, weak names, what I'd be watching there as well, something like Apple. Apple continues to be a problem. You're sitting above your previous highs here from 2023, worth mentioning. But if this gets any weakness here and you start to drop, it could be painful. This could be bad. I'd be watching, head on a swivel. But yeah, below that, very, very weak. Stay above this, not bad. Not the worst thing ever. Amazon, pretty interesting. As long as it's kind of pinballing between the 100 SMA and the 200 SMA. Watch that below 200 SMA. Weakness will step in very clearly there as well. Going into Meta. Again, Meta is still holding up pretty strong overall, above 645, really above 638. You're very strong. So be watching this into 660, one of my top overall names there as well. A name that kind of turned weak on the day was CrowdStrike. I think CrowdStrike is one of the better opportunities out there. You're getting a BRB off your previous all-time high, 456. Incredibly impressive. Break, retest, possibly continuation. What you want to see there, be watching that. PanW, another name in that type of sector, touching its 200 SMA once again and bouncing, another big opportunity there. Again, you want to see PanW back above 190.4, 190.5. That's where the real strength in the continuation plays out there as well. So again, you don't really need to be super aggressive there, but what I'd be watching. Also, again, I think you had Costco earnings here in the after hours as well. I'd be watching Costco, pretty interesting name. As long as you stay above this level here, and best case scenario with Costco is you report earnings and you don't get movement, right? So like this right now. So Costco gets good earnings here on the day, but you're not really getting any movement, right? So this is overall kind of good to see. So you're breaking, you're retesting, you want to get a push back up. Ideally, we get back above and we hold above 10.10, give or take. Start pushing back into 10.22, 10.35. That's where you make your money. That's what you're looking for. And then obviously breaking above that, you push into 10.63. I like Costco a lot. Big fan of it where it's at. Really strong overall mover. Pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. Pretty impressive name so far. Be watching it very closely. Guys, also, too, if you're interested, I recommend that you're following on Twitter. As of recently, guys, like I said, I had a lot of personal stuff just going on, but I recommend following there so you can get free updates throughout the day as well. And also, too, inside of Discord, we do have the free Discord, which we're not as active in. We're not doing a lot of crazy stuff in there right now, especially with what's been going on with me. But again, there is a free Discord, so if you just want to get updates, things along those lines, education, etc., it is there. You can still communicate with the community as well, which I always encourage. And if you guys have questions, I do answer most of those questions inside Discord as well. But make sure you tap in there as well. So again, really short video here in the day. I'm sorry if it was a little bit shorter than usual, but what I'm looking for, what I'm watching, I'll keep you guys updated, posted. I'm going to try to have more stuff coming out as well as far as content. Again, it's been really swamped, guys. I apologize. But again, getting closer to be back to normal. Have a good one, traders. I appreciate you.